Welcome back, everyone. It is Eric from Rare Candy, and today we're going to be trying out a slightly different take on Gardevoir EX. We're going to be pairing the new Gardevoir up with Mewtwo V-Union, which is a deck now that has been starting to creep into the online tournament results and doing pretty well, it seems. So I want to take this deck for a spin and see how this thing stacked up. But at the core of it, it is still a Gardevoir EX deck. We're still using that Psychic Embrace ability to power up our Psychic Pokemon. But the thing that makes, I think, Gardevoir such a good partner for Mewtwo is because we have access to the Kirlia with the Refinement ability. So not only can we use this to discard our energies and draw cards in the process, but we can also toss away those Mewtwo V-Union pieces, since that is the way we actually get these V-Union Pokemon into play. We have to get them first into the discard pile. So if we can manage to jump through all those hoops and get our giant Exodia combo off, Mewtwo V-Union actually does have some pretty strong attributes to it. It has a great ability that prevents all effects of attacks done to it, which means cards like Sableye can't spread damage counters onto it, Giratina V-Star can't use Star Requiem to knock it out, but also has two really strong attacks for us. We have Final Burn, which just does a flat 300. This is just a much more energy efficient way of doing 300 compared to like Zacian V or the Shining Arcana Gardevoir. But the other attack that is really good here is the Psysplosion attack that allows us to spread 16 damage counters in any way that we like. So if we're going against another Gardevoir deck, we can use this to just instantly knock out two Kirlias or a couple of Ralts. Or if we're going against like a Lost Zone deck, we can just wipe a couple of Comfies off the field. So these, I think, are the two attacks on it that really make this such a good partner for Gardevoir. So that's sort of the strategy we're going to be taking with this spin on Gardevoir today. And before we get any deeper into the rest of the list and get in some games, just a heads up, guys, if you need any code cards to complete this deck or any others for yourself, you can check out our friends over at PTCGO.com. Use coupon code RareCandy at checkout and you'll get a discount on any Pokemon TCG Live codes you might need. And Rare Candy's patrons not only had early access to this deck list, but also have their own exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. Links will be down below in the description. But getting back into our list, we have a few other backup attackers in the deck. We have the Shining Arcana Gardevoir that has the Brainwave attack, 60 plus 30 for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon, and whenever we evolve into it, we do gain a good ability that allows us to draw some more cards and also sometimes attach some additional energy in the process. But we also do have our one of Zacian V, actually the same attack that's on the Gardevoir, but this does have much higher HP, which means we can get more energy onto it with our Gardevoir without knocking it out from those damage counters that we take. And also Zacian does have the Roar of the Sword ability that can sometimes get energy into play for us a little bit quicker in the early game. And speaking of the early game, we also have two copies of Klefki here for that Mischievous Lock ability. As long as it's in the active spot, basic Pokemon have no abilities. So it is going to take us multiple turns to start stockpiling energy and our Mewtwo pieces in the discard, so we can sort of hide behind Klefki and slow down those Lost Box decks, those Mew decks, Miraidon, etc., while we're sort of taking our time getting set up. So I think in terms of trainer cards, this list is going to look very similar to a standard Gardevoir deck, but since we are playing the Mewtwo V-Union, we also have a copy of Peonia in the deck, which will allow us to manipulate our prize cards a little bit in case we do prize any of those Mewtwo pieces. We have our Sky Seal Stone to take an additional prize whenever we take knockouts with Zacian against Pokemon VSTAR and VMAX. And to get rid of opposing Path to the Peaks and other annoying stadium cards, we have a copy of Worker to draw 3 and discard a stadium and play, but also we have our 2 copies of Temple of Sinnoh in the deck as well, just to shut off special energies and make sure they only provide a single colorless at a time. So I think that's going to be it for sort of the notable cards in this list, guys. With that being said, though, make sure to smack that like button to feed that YouTube algorithm. And let's get in some games and see how this Mewtwo V-Union Gardevoir deck is going to do today. Okay, actually, this is a pretty solid opening that we have here. Unfortunately, we don't have the Klefki start, but beyond that, we're still looking okay. Okay, but it's going to be Lugia. So yeah, Lugia is definitely, in my experience so far, been one of this deck's closer matchups. It feels like, at least, just because the Tyranitar, it's so good just at milling cards from your deck while the Gardevoir player is getting going. But then also they can just boss kill your Gardevoir. Okay, getting rid of Pumpkaboo, definitely something I'm cool with because that means we have a higher likelihood of our Temple of Sinnoh sticking. And they're playing the Yveltal, that's kind of annoying. Not gonna lie, guys. Let's just go for the Battle VIP Pass before we do anything else here. I don't think Klefki's going to be that important I think instead we should probably just focus on setting up our board kind of normally. And if we happen to get a Klefki in the process, so be it. But, you know, unless one of these last cards is a Luminion, I don't think we're that worried about what our opponent can do. We'll just say sure. This is fine. So if we ever just top deck our research, we're feeling pretty good. But we're just going to pass for the moment. So if our opponent does get down to Stadium plus a single strike energy, they'll be doing what, 60, 80? Okay, so they actually would need... They would need to get Archeops to be able to knock us out, but there's going to be research. Okay, so Klefki didn't wind up mattering here. But this guy has the impact energy. I think it prevents special conditions. Okay, prevents poison. Not too big of a deal for us, though. All right, that's actually a great top deck. So yeah, we'll evolve Corellia, start chucking away these Mewtwo's, because Mewtwo actually still could be a really important attacker for us in the late game. Okay, so we will level ball. We could evolve here, but it kind of feels bad if it's just going to get knocked out, guys. So I think for that reason, I might just save this. But I guess we have this level ball to grab. Yeah, we still have this level ball. We can grab a Corellia for next turn that way. So we'll Refinement, toss away Roxanne. Don't need this just yet. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That got us into some good stuff. Nice. So let's see. Got 2 energy and discard already. And we could attach this to help get that in the discard a little quicker. Or could even just preemptively start attaching it back here to attack with our other Gardevoir. Ooh, I actually forgot to see if that one's actually in deck. That's kind of relevant. I think for the moment, though, we'll just pass over to our opponent. Yeah, I forgot to take note of what we actually have prized this game. Prizes definitely do matter with this deck specifically, since we're playing the Mewtwo's. Okay, there's going to be a research. Tossing away 2 Urn and a Collapse, is that right? Okay, both cards are definitely really good for us to hit the discard. Now, there is still a chance they... I mean, more than likely they're playing 2 Mesa Goza, maybe a third. But right now, 2 of their stadium bumps are gone. And they do have 1 Archeops. And I didn't see what they hit with their coin flip with Capturing Aroma, but I would assume they're probably going to wait to get their other Archeops in discard before getting it into play. Otherwise, we're definitely just going to chase that thing down. So actually, depending on what our next turn looks like, we might even be able to like boss KO Lugia with Zacian V. That would be nice. If they don't get the Archeops out, I think that's what we're playing for, absolutely. They're probably just debating if they want to get the single Archeops in play. That would kind of feel bad. And it passed us. Okay, awesome. So we were able to sort of weather this early game storm. Okay, I think we're going to play the level ball. Just thin Manaphy out of deck, since we're not going to need that. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we actually did prize our Zacian V, so we're not going to be able to do like the big gust play on Lugia VSTAR. Now, it is still possible to KO with the regular Gardy if we accelerate, what, 6 energies plus an attachment for turn, that'd be 7. No, we would still need an 8th energy somehow. So, but if we can still knock out Tyranitar, that wouldn't be that bad either. So concealed cards before we do anything else here. So Refinement, number 1. Get rid of this thing. I don't think we're probably going to get there, guys, but we're definitely going to try our best here. Get rid of research. So let's toss away the Klefki and the Worker. just grab a Mewtwo piece, start setting that up. But even, guys, even if we don't get a KO this turn, we're still in a pretty good spot overall. Ooh, we do get another Mewtwo piece. That is definitely good. Actually, we can still get there. We can still get a KO with the Mewtwo V-Union, potentially. Discard this. Now, unfortunately... No, we actually do have enough energy if we attach for turn. All right, guys. Yeah, this is happening. So it is Mewtwo time, baby. So we can just boss up this thing. It doesn't have a V-Guard, and we can just instantly KO it. I am kind of expecting a concession at this point. I'm not going to lie, but we'll see what happens here. So we'll also just evolve this thing over here. Yeah, Psychic Embrace.
One hour later.
Finally, Psychic Embrace is over with. This ability takes way too long to actually use in this game, so I'm definitely looking forward to them changing that in the future, hopefully. And from there, I think we're just going to keep this hand for the moment. We're chilling. And yeah, we'll just go for the final burn for the KO. Lugia is toast at this point. And I guess even if they had the V-Guard energy, we had the Temple of Sinnoh to turn off the V-Guard. So either way, our turn was destined for greatness there. Now, we actually have Palpad for next turn too. So we can actually Palpad back the boss and try to dig and hit that to knock out another Lugia potentially. Or if they get down 2, we just knock out the T-Tar. But at this point, I don't know what our opponent's going to do. This is that was definitely kind of like a checkmate sort of scenario. Let's go. We got the victory scream, guys. This is definitely a pretty solid little opening hand here. So we see the Mew sleeve. So is this going to be Mew? Oh my god. So I don't know what it is, but apparently there's a bug in PTCGO where every time a metal Pokemon comes, even with all the sound effects turned off, the sound effects come turned on at like 300 volume or whatever the max volume is in this game. So that's annoying. Hopefully they get that fixed. So for the moment though, we're just going to go for Klefki Ralts. We'll attach, treat, and we could even get down another Klefki in case of an escape rope. It would be nice to hold this for a Curlia, but you know what, guys? I think we're going to go for the Klefki. And we're just going to pass from there. So our opponent is going to need like a boss or like cross switchers if they do want to get around this Klefki. But there's going to be the Cram. So especially if they flip tails, like, oh, man, that's a rough spot to be in. Let's go. Oh, okay. That's what's up. So there's going to be a Cram Tails that I'm sure would have bailed them out of this hand. Oh, and this is going to be the Alyssa Sparkle version of the deck. So we're going to see a Mew coming down. I'm sure that Cram would have gotten them a Battle VIP pass or like a Judge or something. And a pass over dust. Okay, so the Klefki putting in work over here. Absolutely. And we're going to Serena. Toss away the Roxanne. Kind of want to keep the other cards if we're being honest. Okay. Pretty good. We got a level ball. We got a Mewtwo piece to toss away. And let's actually just check what we got going on here. Okay, so we did prize a Mewtwo piece. That is definitely relevant. Luckily, we do have our Gardevoirs. We have our Peonia, so we will be able to fish those out at some point. We have our Sky Seal Stone. We got Temple of Sinnohs. This actually definitely could be good since they are playing like the Fusion Strike build of the deck. Other than that, though, guys, I'm not seeing anything crazy that I can tell that's prized. We got a research. Yeah, overall, I'm feeling kind of okay about what we got going on here. Oh, and I think we prized our Radiant Grid Ninja too, if I remember correctly. But we'll toss away Mewtwo. Curlia, that is broken. We will happily take that. Definitely just going to pitch away this Manaphy. So things are feeling okay. If we can get another Ralts, that would be great. Unfortunately, no Ralts, but we can at least go over here and just joust for 10 for the moment. And yeah, these Klefkis, it seems like they're putting in work, because at the very least, our opponent would have been able to draw one card last turn if they had access to their abilities. So really hoping their hand is, you know, just dead over here. And just kicking it back over to us. Love to see it. Okay, so I want to save all these supporters. Worker's definitely going to be good to bump Path at some point. So I think we eventually want to... If we can use Peonia this turn, that would be good. Actually, if we can hit a Gardevoir this turn, that would be broken, because we could actually just boss up the Mew and take a KO on that. So yeah, let's go for the refinement. And we do get there, guys. So this is about to be a pretty good turn for us. So we can Ultra Ball. Probably get rid of the Peonia at this point, because we're going to be so far ahead. I think it'll be all right. And maybe even... Maybe Worker, if I'm just being honest, guys. Because we can always Pow Pad these back. Or maybe even Kirlia. No, we'll get rid of the Worker. Go for the Gardevoir EX. Just make sure I'm not crazy. Okay, yeah, we do have the energy to pull this off, too. Psychic Embrace. Just really thankful we don't have to accelerate a ton of energy this turn, just because out of all the games I've played with this deck, I am so over taking like 3 minutes to power up like a big Zacian or something. Yeah, so we'll do that. And yeah, go for the Miracle Force. And at this point, you know, guys, I think we're going to be too far ahead. Even if our opponent does have access to their abilities again, you know, we're going to be able to go down to, yeah, there's the victory screen. No shot there. The Klefki definitely pulling its weight in that game. Absolutely. Unfortunately, not the greatest opening hand. Not going to lie to you guys. Now, if we top deck like a Research or something, suddenly things become a lot better. Okay, we are going against another Gardy deck. Now, the good news is that since our hand isn't that great, we will definitely have some time to get set up a little bit. But the next question is, oh, and a pass. So our opponent's not doing that great either, it looks like. All right, so we're definitely going to toss away this thing and probably Temple. Well, we'll get rid of Roxanne. We're not going to need that for quite some time. I don't know what stadiums they're playing, but there might be something we want to bump. Maybe a Mesa Goza. Maybe even like a... Not sure exactly. Maybe we actually should have gotten rid of the Temple there. It's probably not a big deal either way, but... yeah, from there, we're just going to pass over to our opponent. Just curious what is in our opponent's hand. I'm assuming they have a supporter. Yeah. Okay, and they're also going to be playing Mewtwo as well. So I think this is almost like a race to see who can get to Mewtwo V-Union first. Because it is so good against these like low HP Pokemon like Kirlias and Ralts and everything. So, okay, our opponent definitely faked this out there. It looked like their hand was a lot worse than it was. They just attached past. Kind of hoping we can get into something good on this next turn here. Yeah, they had every, like, Ralt / Kirlia piece they need in play already. That's a little bit sketchy for us. Okay, that's a really good top deck. So, even though we don't have a lot going on just yet, we're at least getting some good cards into our discard pile. Okay, that's also pretty good. We'll get this down. And I think we're just going to leave this hand as is. So our opponent's definitely in a much better spot than we are, but kind of hoping they judge us. That would be definitely ideal here. Okay, and our opponent is also getting their own Mewtwo's into the discard pretty quickly. Yeah, this feels kind of bad. Hoping our opponent doesn't have an attack this turn. That would be worst case scenario, absolutely. Jeez, they have 4 Kirlias. Are you kidding me, bro? Yeah, I have a strong feeling we're going to get knocked out this turn. Assuming they didn't prize like some Gardys or something. This isn't looking too great for us just yet. Yeah, there's the Ultra Ball. So I'm assuming we are going to see just a Gardy EX come down and just start putting on pressure onto our board here. Oh, there's a Mewtwo piece. Okay. Yikes. Is that their fourth one? It's either their third or fourth, absolutely. Okay, so they still have one more to go. And Zacian and a research. Jeez. And they had the judge tossing away to spit in her face there. There's going to be the Radiant Greninja. Yeah, looking at our opponent's board and looking over at ours, it's... and they get the Gardy as well. Okay. So if we can manage to get all of our Mewtwo pieces in the discard and knock out the Gardy, things don't feel that awful, I guess, but at that point then they can just evolve into a different Gardy and return KO our Mewtwo V-Union. So that doesn't seem great to me. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this, see what happens. Okay, that's a good start. So we'll Refinement, toss away Temple. Okay, that's pretty good. Level Ball. We have no energy in discard. Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, this is a losing hand if I've ever seen one. So yeah, we got the stage 2 hands this game, and our opponent did not. So I don't... Maybe we should keep playing this. I don't think there's a world where we win this one, but it definitely could happen. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we just pass over to our opponent as bad as it is. Yeah, I just realized they have 12 cards left in deck. We have 36. Is there a world where we deck them? That's something I'm wondering about here. So they have 4 energy in discard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So they more likely have 2 left. There literally might be a world where we boss stall our opponent. Okay, never mind. That's probably not going to happen this game. If they prized a couple of energy and we keep bossing Radiant Greninja, we could win that way. But what are they going to do with the energy? That's the question. Okay, they're going to start powering up the Zacian. That's cool. Alright, so Refinement. Toss away Battle VIP Pass. Okay, that is trash. I think we just have to hope they prize 2 energy. Is that the play at this point? That doesn't feel like a winning strategy, but that might be what we have to do here. See, they have boss down. Their PAL pad's also gone. Okay, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. So I think we'll just attach to Curlia. I mean, we could even power up Gardevoir. They won't be able to take a KO on it. So we're just going to bring up the Radiant Greninja, and that's going to have to be good enough. And at least this way we can thin some cards out of deck. I don't know if evolving was even the right play. I just kind of panicked evolve there since the timer had started. Oh, but they're going to get rid of an energy? Okay. Okay. They must have another one hand if that's what they're doing. Or if our opponent just plays like a random switch or something, that would also be pretty bad for us. So they got 3 cards left in deck. If there's a world where we win this one, that would be actually insane. We have not played a single draw supporter this entire game. Let the record show. Okay, and there's the energy. So now they're probably out. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if we can boss one more time, guys, that's all we need. Okay, more than likely they're going to use Gallade to put the energy back on Greninja, though. That would definitely be the smart play for them. If they do that, I feel like that's kind of a checkmate scenario. Okay, they're not going to. That is bold. That is bold. Retreat. Sack the Manaphy. And we'll use Roar of the Sword. Just trying to thin so we can get into something else here. We want Palpad Boss, but I don't think we have enough turns to make it happen, guys. Okay, there's the Serena. That feels kind of bad. All right, so we'll just promote the Ralts and hopefully we get research. That's really all we can ask for. Ooh, we do get Serena. That is a draw supporter. Unfortunately, though, I don't think we're going to get there, guys. So we'll just get rid of the Klefki. We probably want to just do this. We'll just retreat. Sure, we'll do that. And we will just pass over to our opponent. So, do they have a way to shuffle their hand back into their deck at this point? If they don't... Uh-oh, we see the thumbs up. So, I don't know if that's like, hey, thumbs up, you got me, or thumbs up, hey, yo, we did it. We did it. Didn't play a single draw support till the end of the game. The end of the game. They had every Curlia like in their deck imaginable. I can't believe we pulled that off. And yeah, they just go to draw and we win. So that's like one of those games where like I was about to scoop, but sometimes you just have to think a little bit creatively and think, is there any out? And alrighty guys, that's going to wrap up things today for our Gardevoir EX Mewtwo V-Union deck. I will say this deck, it does feel very powerful, but of course the big downside to it is that you're juggling not only multiple stage 2s, but also a V-Union. And naturally you do have those games from time to time where your deck does kind of break on you a little bit. But let me know down below in the comment section, do you prefer this version of Gardevoir or do you prefer the standard one without Mewtwo? But if you did enjoy today's content, as always, remember to leave a like on the video. And if you're feeling maybe a little extra generous and want to take that support to the next level, you can also become a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. But as always, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.